Back to form. Back to form. Probably the best episode of the season so far, in my opinion. 1 was good, 2 was very slow, very all over the place. 3 was like, yeah, I want to see what happens next.
It was the flavour. They brought it back. They brought the spice.
Hey, NarendraTheComic here.
India.
No nonsense. We got nonsense here, but we do have episode 3 of Falcon and the Winter Soldier. This one was a good one.
It was a banger, boys. They really brought the heat with this one. The pacing was really nice.
Yep.
It felt like we were getting through a lot. The story arc, chef's kisses, and, you know, the flavour was there.
Yeah, everything was there. I think most importantly, the pacing here was very, very good. It didn't feel overextended. It didn't feel too long, but it felt like it was paced the way the creator wanted it to be done. And it felt like it took the necessary time to divvy up all the storylines.
Yeah. I will say the one bit that didn't fit was Karli's storyline.
Yeah.
We were getting Karli, Captain Exposition, talking about her life and her mother. There was no feeling.
Well, we don't know. Was it her mother?
She called her Mama Donya.
Yeah, I know, but that might be a colloquial thing that everyone calls her.
Fine, maybe she was a maternal figure, right? So in some sense, she was her mother. And that death scene came out of nowhere. It had zero feeling. It was meant to have feeling, and it had no feeling.
No feels. There was nothing there that made me feel sorry for her, oddly enough. I feel sorry for Falcon in this show so far, seeing what he's had to go through, coming back from the blip and trying to reevaluate his own life and his family's life. I feel bad for Bucky. I feel bad in some ways. I feel bad for John Walker a little bit. Yeah. He's trying to step up to the mantle. He's clearly not the right person, probably, but he does have some similarities to Steve, where he's willing to kind of skirt the law slightly to say, if we get the end result and it's the right thing, then maybe it's the right thing to do, even if the method isn't the best. And that's basically Steve's MO his entire time. So you can't really hate that aspect of him. So there's a lot of stuff good here. I just think her characterization, they've tried to make us feel sympathy for her and like her. But I don't like her nor have sympathy for her.
Yeah, she's coming off very flat. After Mama Donya passes away, they rob a depot for supplies. And they leave all these people tied up, and her friend's like, okay, we're gonna go. And she blows up the building, and he's like, there are people inside. And she's like, this is the language that they understand. And really, we don't really see the sort of good person she is before, so it doesn't hit the same way. We don't know enough about her.
No,
right?
Because we've only seen this side of her. They're just assuming that we assume that she was a good person before. But I don't have any bearing on how true that is or not. Especially seeing her characterization now. Especially when the person in the car with her is like, you shouldn't have done that, basically. Yeah. That was his mindset.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I like you more already. I like the person with her in that car more in this 1 or 2 scenes they had together than her.
Yeah, it's a very... They've gone for this very quick, almost descent into madness. Not okay.
No.
Not good enough writing-wise, character-wise. I would prefer to have less exposition and more flashback scenes.
The problem is sometimes flashback scenes can be a bit too much.
Yeah.
Like, you feel like they're retroactively adding stuff in, and it can be almost like you're shoehorning it so that people understand what's going on. So you do have to come to some type of in-between here. But I think the blip itself, it enables you to do that, but I think it also sort of can be a crutch in some ways. And I don't think the show has crutched itself on the blip very much, but I think there's a chance they could, and it might be too much come the final few episodes. WandaVision didn't, I don't think. I think it really played that well because it was directly after what had happened. This is like 6 months after the blip, or more so. So there's more option for people to actually have somehow gone back to some type of normality. But the shots were good.
The shots, yo.
Yeah.
There were some really interesting shots in... Okay, I do have one qualm here, okay? Yeah. In Madripoor, which is meant to be in the archipelago within Indonesia. It was like a pirate city in the 1800s, and it always remained...
It's fictional as far as I know. I don't think it's in the comics. I don't think it's real.
It's fictional, but it's meant to be this lawless society that's been lawless for like 200 years, and they've stayed that way. They also have no extradition policy.
Mad lads.
And in these scenes, there were some really nice shots. Like, they wanted to make it like Singapore, Taiwan, Tokyo-esque.
But more grungy.
Yeah.
More grungy. And it was really, really something cool. I felt like Hawkeye could have just popped out as Ronan in that moment and been like, I'm here, bitches.
Yes. But my problem is I didn't see any Southeast Asians. I saw white people, people with abundance of British accents. I saw black people, Americans. Yeah. I saw punk rockers. I didn't see one Southeast Asian face.
There wasn't one character who had any lines that I remember who was Southeast Asian or East Asian or South Asian. You're placing this in Southeast Asia, Madripoor, fine. But why, oh why, wouldn't you make, Shelby was her name?
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you make her Southeast Asian? Make it her and make her Southeast Asian. But it just felt so weird. I cannot imagine them doing something like that in Black Panther.
No.
And saying Wakanda has like, I don't know, white people and Asian people and Hispanic people. I understand this is like a cultural hub, but essentially from the way I viewed it, from the way they shot it, from the way it was done, it's like Singapore/Hong Kong, but grungier, more dark. Singapore, Taiwan, Hong Kong are not like that, all right? They are diverse to some degree, but they're very diverse in the Southeast Asian, East Asian, South Asian category.
Yeah, it didn't fit, especially with Marvel's sort of ethos of being diverse.
You can't have it both ways.
No.
I think either, like, let it go and be balls to the wall, anything goes, or be like, no, you can't do this, you can't do this. I don't like rules for thee, but not for me. And they're playing these types of rules for thee, not for me games. Trust me, if it was an equal playing field with this stuff, I wouldn't give a shit. But when they pick and choose, I don't like it.
No.
No.
Sharon Carter.
Ah.
We were expecting her to be Shelby.
Yeah.
And we were very disappointed when she wasn't Shelby.
And she's not the power broker, apparently. She's like somewhere in between there, but she's had a bit of a story going on with the blip and not being accepted back by the American government. And, you know, she's had shit going on and she's trying to find a way around it. I do not think she's as clear-cut a good guy as she was before.
I think, you know what, when your country turned your back on you, even though you did the right thing and Captain America was allowed back into the fold eventually, it kind of leaves a sour taste in your mouth, right? So she just wasn't having it. But I did like the shots of her. You see that she's kept up with everything that she was before and kind of bettered herself.
Yeah, more maybe.
I love the interaction between her and Zemo and Sam and Bucky all together when she was like, what are you here for?
Yeah.
Basically. It was very nice. I liked it.
Plus, she does seem to be a bit jaded on the hero side of things. Like, she's saying, I did the right thing, morally right thing from what I thought, and this is what happened to me. It's all just a joke. This hero stuff is nonsense. Nonsense, nonsense, you get the gist there. But the Zemo breakout was, hey, balls to the wall. Sometimes they do it, sometimes they don't. They went there.
I liked it.
I liked it a lot. It seemed like it needed to happen because the impetus in this show just went bam, 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 as soon as that happened.
They really just said they were going to do the illegal shit.
Yeah.
Like, they just dropped it and went, we're going to do it. Also, John Walker, we saw this tiny, tiny part of him today where he was interrogating that guy who was helping Karli and the fugitives.
Oh, yeah.
And he, like, pinned him and said, do you know who I am?
After he'd spat in his face, to be fair.
After he
but
spat
still.
in his face. But, like, Captain America doesn't have that sort of ego, does he? It's not about who I am. It's about what I'm here to represent in the grander scheme of things.
Yeah.
It's not about me.
But then this is the thing, it's kind of trying to understand the nuance of that, like Zemo says.
Very interesting thing that they're doing. They're taking the idea of a hero and they're not toppling it, but they're putting it on like a rocking boat. You don't know exactly where it's gonna go from everyone's perspective, from Bucky, from Sam, from Zemo, and from Sharon.
I think Bucky's the one who's really more on the, no, but heroes are good guys. Because that's the way he views it and he always has. And I think maybe he's the one who's going to change more the other way and maybe Sam will change more the opposite way and say, no, but heroes are necessary. Whereas he seems like in a bit of flux here. He does seem like that. The Power Broker essentially created or recreated the Super Soldier Serum. Man might be selling it. He might be some type of underground warlord being like, I got the goods, boys. That might be it.
I think that's it, but now the Doctor, Nagel, he got done by Zemo. So Karli, at the end of the show, was like, the Power Broker's going to come to us now. They're not going to be after us. They're going to want us.
Because they have the last remaining serum, essentially.
Yep. So that's also something that they have in their arsenal to be like, we've got another 12 doses of the serum.
The rapport that Zemo has with Sam and Bucky is actually hilarious.
It's a really nice thing because they are like the parents fighting and he's like, oh, I'm sorry, I'm the kid, I'm not going to say anything.
Yeah, they're like, shut up. And he's like, all right, I'm sorry.
He's like,
I'm sorry. I'm
apologies.
sorry. I'm sorry for what I did. All right? What was the meme? It was a good meme. It's memed all over the place now. But we also got Baron Zemo. So they kind of like took him to that level of, oh, Baron Zemo. But very, very good episode. The ending of the bloody Wakandans showing up out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Maybe Okoye's gonna turn up randomly. Maybe. You never know.
I would like that.
Never know. That was kind of expected, but not expected, because Wakanda has been mentioned like 4 times in the show so far.
Yeah.
With T'Chaka being killed, talking about the UN explosion, and then him being the white oh, he said the White Panther.
Yeah.
And Bucky was like, no, it's the White Wolf, mate. All right, calm down. So he kind of has a respect for it there still. He kind of has some reverence for that title, even though I think he's Winter Soldier. Like, they might change it and he might be White Wolf, but I like Winter Soldier. Anyway, guys, if you did enjoy this video, please like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel down there. If you didn't, then Winter Soldier himself gonna come after you. You don't want that, do they want that?
No.
You really don't, so just subscribe anyway to avoid that. I've been NarendraTheComic.
I've been India.
She's been on Sensei. You've been Graham. We'll see you next time. That's tomorrow. If you don't know, make a video every single day. You've been doing it every day for over 1,000 days now. We ain't stopping till we get to 10,000 subscribers. So do subscribe. Pop back in tomorrow for some more quality shitty content, because we're hashtag never know here. Just how it goes. Also bring the Bakwas means nonsense in Punjabi, and we also bring that. We bring a lot, we bring a little, do a lot, do a little, but we do indeed bring the quality shitty content on a daily basis. So see you tomorrow, because I'll be here once more. See you then. Skadoosh.